Well, hey guys, it's Dr. Drake 63 today, and you've seen me review this COLT, which is this particular version is the COBRA Classic, and it differs a little bit from the standard COBRAs that are out since 2017. I think they call it the 2017 model, in that it has a high polish on the cylinder, some different grips, and a bead front sight, a brass bead as opposed to like synthetic. So, but outside of that, these are the COLT Cobras 38 Special Plus P. Now, I've been looking for holster choice for this, and the main reason is it's too heavy for pocket carry. At least for me, a little bit too bulky with these grips. Now I could do something about that, but I like them too much. They're great for shooting. So I was looking for a side, outside the waistband kind of option, and there's not a lot out yet. You know, did I want to go with something like this here with the Smith & Wesson 686, and you know, where you've got full-on, full-size kind of belt loop type of holster? Or did I want to go something like an in the waistband kind of scenario like you see here with this Glock? And just in terms of the size, in terms of my size, that extra bit of width there on in the waistband on a revolver just doesn't work. So I was definitely looking for an out of the waistband type of holster. And I went back to TAQUA gun leather, where if you look back, you'll see that that was my solution for the Smith & Wesson K-Comp Carry, which is also a revolver. The only thing I didn't like about the K-Comp Carry was its 3-inch barrel. I found that it made it just a little bit harder to conceal outside of the waistband, and I wasn't going to use it inside the waistband. I went and picked this up today. That's what we're going to talk about, is this holster. It's called their Texas series. This is an out of the waistband type of holster. This particular one says it's gonna fit Smith J frames and Rugers, I think. Let's see what it says. The Bodyguard 38, a J frame, a Ruger LCR, and similar revolvers with a 2-inch barrel. Well, it just so happens it fits this COBRA perfectly. And I have been struggling to find choices that I like that will fit that COBRA. There's some custom stuff that's out there that's a lot. You can see this really wasn't a lot for a nice leather type of scenario, which is definitely going to be a positive against the hip, and we'll look at that in a minute. I mentioned that that this fits in snug, and it sure does. It almost seems to have been built for this particular size firearm, and you can see we're just shy of flush at the end of the barrel. And one of the nice things about this COLT COBRA is it has a recessed barrel that you see there at the end. Recessed crown is the proper terminology. And what's nice about that is you don't have to worry about banging it up as much. But this is a very nice fitting scenario here. I mean, it's going to break in, obviously, but just in terms of in and out of the holster, really nice tight fit. But the proof's going to be in the pudding. What does it feel like wearing it? So we're going to do that. Make some comparisons and comments compared to in the waistband with a thinner profile gun, or carrying something big outside the waistband. Let's take a look at it. Going to go ahead and show you what this is like on the waist. Being a smaller gun, it is very comfortable. I've got a tight fitting t-shirt on to make it easier for you to see. It's not flattering, but the things I do for art and education's sake, I'll tell you. Easy to unholster this firearm, and like I said, it does stay in there snug with this kind of molded leather. And as far as covering it up with a t-shirt, you know, yeah, it's still somewhat concealable. I mean, a little bit looser t-shirt and you got her made. And then here we're going ahead and putting on a waist-length vest, which is the type of coat I typically wear. I don't wear a coat that's longer than this, so you can see it conceals the firearm beautifully, and as far as being able to get it out, not a problem. It's just not as much to draw out when you're only talking about a 2-inch barrel. Now, this is the type where you want to run through the side of the holster, through a belt loop, and then through the other side. That's your best bet as far as how you secure that, but it will kind of dictate where you can wear it. Now I'm going to show you more of the side belt holster here with the Smith & Wesson 686. This is a 4-inch barrel, and these are really meant for a non-concealed open carry type of scenario. I don't see being able to carry something like this concealed without a longer or bulkier coat. But just wanted to show you for purposes of comparison the difference that just 2 inches of barrel makes in your ability to conceal something. And here we put the jacket on, and again, it does a good job as far as concealing the firearm in every dimension, except for it's poking out the bottom. And, you know, you either got to change your clothing style or get a shorter barrel. That part is up to you, but that's a lot of gun to carry around, so I'm not going to pretend that something that large is a good concealed carry option in my opinion, but others will certainly disagree with that. The last thing we're going to look at is I've got the Glock 43X concealed. Guys, I want to remind you this is not the 43, this is the X. So I've got 10+1 that I'm able to conceal there in the waistband. And I can conceal semi-autos pretty well in the waistband. Revolvers, I just can't. And obviously some of that has to do with my actual waist, as you can see. But it covers up very well. I can throw an extra 20 rounds in the pocket, no problem. Hard to do that with speed loaders to get that kind of capacity, but that's almost subject for another video. So regardless of what your carry routine is, whatever you have, if it's concealed carry, it needs to be concealable and it needs to be comfortable. I really like this particular size from TAQUA. I like the fact that it covers up what it needs to, and what it doesn't. It doesn't. I know that doesn't sound like good math. But looking at just some information about this company, it is a lifetime warranty. It is cowhide. They're made by hand, which is really nice. And if you want more information, here's their website and here's their phone number. But this looks like a nice solution for the COLT COBRA. And I will continue to carry this and let you know if it changes in any way in terms of how it's broke in. But as we know, if we want to talk about carrying bigger firearms and concealing them, at least for me, and I'm a big guy, it's kind of hard to do. Not so much with this, although this is, we're looking at 357. Here we're looking at 38 Special Plus piece. So you are going to get a bigger bang for your buck out of this guy. You're actually going to get a bigger bang out of your buck out of this guy too. But that's a different story, talking about the whole semi-auto loader or whatever. If and when you want to carry a revolver though, at least in my book, suggest you carry it outside of the waistband, or go with one of the air weights that you can carry in your pocket if you're looking at a snubby. That's just my personal take on it. Hope you enjoyed this brief little overview of the TAQUA. Seems like a nice holster, seems like it's well made, and we'll let you know how this works. Carry on, guys. This is DR Drake 63.